Hello everyone, good evening. This is Mr. Typhoon Padua returning to our latest weather update, and this is the special coverage on the entering super typhoon to be known as Inday. This is for today, Tuesday evening, July 7, 2026. This is our English version brought to you by Typhoon 2000 and Naga College Foundation. We'd like to thank our partners, about this power, and the local government of Naga City, headed by our Honorable Mayor Leni Robredo and our Honorable Vice Mayor 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗶𝗺𝗿. So let's begin now with the very latest on Inday, with international name BAVI. Inday is now entering the Philippine Area of Responsibility, and BAVI has just passed Rota Island in between Saipan and Guam yesterday morning as a category 5, 285 kph, extremely catastrophic. And you can see all over the social media, news reports, the damages that it has occurred over the island of Guam, Saipan, and Rota. The storm likely weakened during the past 6 to 12 hours, but at the moment, it has regained the super typhoon status based on the Joint Typhoon Warning Center 1-minute average of 240 kph, 130 knots. PAGASA retains it as well as a super typhoon with 185 kph. So this is now expected to move towards the North Philippine Sea. The changes on the forecast track is not large enough, just a little tweak, sometimes to the north, to the south. Right now, it's eyeing to pass over the Ishigaki-jima, east of Taiwan, and it looks like it might either hit the northern tip of Taiwan or move just over the coastal waters, making landfall over eastern or southeastern China, in the vicinity of either Fujian or Zhejiang province sometime late Saturday or Sunday. Okay, and here's the latest on the fast animation from the University of Wisconsin Tropical Cyclone page. As we speak right now, the storm has grown in size, and it has conducted some multiple eye-wall replacement cycles. That's the reason why every day the storm sometimes weakened and they intensify. And right now, after weakening just below super typhoon strength, it has regained STY status, and it's now entering the Philippine Area of Responsibility. The circulation of the system has grown from 1,000 kilometers to 1,300 kilometers across. That's the 55 kph or 30 knot wind diameter. So there are some of the cloudiness, we call this as a trough, which is now affecting the Bicol region and eastern Samar, as well as northern Samar, and we are experiencing some passing showers as we speak a few minutes ago, and then there will be more passing showers expected within the next 48 hours. And please take all necessary precautions. Those who will get affected by the enhancement of the southwest monsoon beginning tomorrow until Sunday, it will become more intense sometime Friday through Saturday. So here's the latest now on the system. And if we take a look at the latest graph set that we created this evening, you can see the system here, BAVI or Inday, moving towards the west temporarily, and it will track towards the northwest in the general direction of this Yaeyama Island chain, where Ishigaki-jima and Miyako-jima are located. And then it will pass either over northern tip of Taiwan or over the coastal waters or somewhere here, and then it will make landfall over eastern China. And we have already the southwest monsoon beginning to affect the western and southern sections of Mindanao. That includes Soxigen and Zamboanga Peninsula. while the rest of the archipelago will just experience localized thunderstorms for now until the next 24 hours. But on Thursday, the southwest monsoon, which is located still here over the Gulf of Thailand, will start to move towards Palawan and into western Visayas, Sulu, and Cuyo Archipelagos, including Occidental Mindoro, beginning Thursday. So expect on enough rainfall, thunderstorms to occur as Super Typhoon Inday will start to enhance it. And we have here another system, LPA97W, which is low chance of developing as of now, but we are going to keep an eye on this system as well as it moves west-northwest across eastern Micronesia. It is currently over the Marshall Islands as of this time, the same place where Super Typhoon Inday or BAVI developed. Okay, and then here's now the latest zoom-in satellite emission from Windy. This is the night vision image, and you can see there are already some showers, cloudiness passing over the Bicol region and eastern Visayas. In the National Capital Region, a few hours ago, there has been a very intense thunderstorm that brought some flooding over Quezon City, about 52 millimeters when I check on the Davis weather station of UP-IESM. Okay, and it's really gotten bad, okay, because that rainfall of 52 millimeters created some localized, hyper-localized flooding over portions of Quezon City. So here's now the eye, which is becoming larger from a small of 20 kilometers in diameter. It's now around 45 to 50 kilometers in diameter. It's a sign that whenever there's a eye wall replacement cycle, after multiple times, it generates some larger eye diameter. Okay. And here's the latest on the microwave imagery, the morphed integrated microwave imagery at CAMSS to reveal to you the eye wall replacement cycle. You can see the small eye wall here being replaced by the outer eye wall. That's the reason when the inner eye wall dissipates, the outer eye wall takes over. Then what was once an inner eye wall is now the part of a large eye. So that's the latest eye wall replacement cycle for the past 6 to 12 hours. That's the reason for why it has re-intensified back to super typhoon intensity. And here's another image from easternwave.com showing the large eye appearing right now as it moves over the East Philippine Sea. And here's the latest from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, the track. It remains the same, but it's slightly more to the east than the previous track, which is showing a landfall over Taiwan. But right now, it looks like it's eyeing the Ishigaki-jima of the Yaeyama Island chain. So that's the forecast. Again, those living across extreme northern Luzon, Taiwan, and the southern islands of Japan, including Okinawa, Ryukyus, must keep an eye on the system for possible late changes in its track because of the very large circulation. So people also here over the eastern seaboards of Luzon must be prepared for possible large swells, large waves of up to 5 meters. Okay, or roughly 4 to 5. So please take all necessary precautions, those living along the coastal waters. While over the western sections, we are going to show to you later the effects of the southwest monsoon in the coming days. Here's Japan Meteorological Agency, the same track, but a little closer to the coastal waters of Taiwan. And we have here the multi-agency tropical cyclone forecast tracks. These are based from the different Asian agencies monitoring or plotting this tropical cyclone. Pag-asa is not yet there, but after the next 24 hours, when we return, Pag-asa is already there because, or Pag-asa will be there because it's now entering the Philippine area of responsibility. And most of them agree with a track towards the Ishigaki-Jima area, east of Taiwan. And we are going to continue to give you the latest on that system for the next 24 hours. Here's the different global models, including the AI model, those that are in dashed lines, while the solid lines are the physics-based model. And majority of them are really putting the system in the vicinity of Ishigaki-Jima sometime Friday or Saturday. And based on what we are seeing here, that will be within the next 72 hours. So Friday evening or early morning of Saturday, it will pass the Ishigaki-Jima area before it exits the Philippine area of responsibility. And during the next 3 days to the 4-day forecast, expect this is the time where the southwest monsoon, when the system is already here, it's the time where the southwest monsoon will be enhanced thoroughly. So we expect this southwest monsoon to bring heavy rainfall across the western sections of the country. Okay, that's the line of sight. So if you have plans on Friday and Saturday, if it's not important, you may cancel it. So those who are living on the western sections of our country, you know what areas, especially during the southwest monsoon: Ilocos Region, western sections of Central Luzon, Metro Manila, Mindoro, MIMAROPA, Western Visayas, Negros Island Region, and also Western Mindanao. Now here's the latest on the intensity forecast, and right now it's over the higher end of a Category 4 storm, and once it reaches another peak intensity, there are some models reaching 260 kph or 140 knots, Category 5. But I think based on what we are seeing right now on this graph, the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, let me move this. This is the official track. They forecast it to be just minimal super typhoon strength of 130 knots. And then within the next 48 to 72 hours, it will slowly weaken. And on the 96th hour, this is the time that it will make landfall over over eastern China. Okay, and then here's the latest on the multi-model diagnostic comparison from the RAMBB. And you can see here the ups and downs of the intensity of this super typhoon because of the eye wall replacement cycle. Every eye wall replacement cycles, tropical cyclone do tend to weaken, and then after replacing a new eye wall, it will start to intensify. So that's what happened to Super Typhoon BAVI when it developed over the central Micronesia. It reached a peak of 270 kph or 145 knots. Then as it undergoes an eye wall replacement cycle, it weakened. But after finishing it, it again boomed, but this time it's so high, it reached 155 knots, or that's equivalent to 285 kph. And then right now it's currently here, but there are some are forecasting it to intensify back to Category 5. But most of the average model forecast intensity shows maintaining super typhoon strength, and then it will start to weaken as it moves over slightly lower oceanic heat content east of Taiwan. Okay, so here's the vertical wind shear forecast. Right now the storm is here. Okay, and then it will the wind shear will start to pick up within the next 24 hours before it goes down again. So it's a big question mark if it will still intensify or it will start to decay. The mid-level relative humidity is so warm enough, okay, very wet, near the 20,000 feet above sea level, and then the sea surface temperature remains around 28 to 30 degrees, very warm to feed this system for more intensification. But let's see. Okay, now here's the Google DeepMind. The forecast is that it will start to weaken, okay, once it moves towards the northwest, and then upon making landfall over southeastern or eastern China, it will be downgraded into a category 2 or 1. And then the Google DeepMind again shows another system here forming over most likely a tropical low pressure. If it intensifies, it could become a tropical depression, but that's after a week from now. Okay, so remember, we are on the month of July. Usually July and August are the peak months of tropical cyclone formation. And here's the 3-hourly rain forecast from Windy. This is from the ECMWF model. And later tomorrow afternoon or Wednesday afternoon, we expect isolated thunderstorms becoming more frequent over western and southern Mindanao because of the enhanced southwest monsoon. And then on Thursday, this monsoonal flow will start to affect Visayas and MIMAROPA. Bicol region, not yet much, not yet. And on Friday, that's the time that we'll be experiencing monsoon rain, especially in the afternoon over the Bicol region, western sections of Bicol region, and the MIMAROPA area, western Visayas, Negros Island Region, MIMAROPA, Metro Manila, and the western sections of Luzon becoming more frequent on Saturday as the orientation of this typhoon will pave way for more monsoon rains across Luzon, particularly the western sections, including it will be more frequent over Mindoro. And then Bicol region might also experience 30 to 50 millimeters on Saturday, and on Sunday the monsoon continues. By Monday, okay, there might still be the southwest monsoon occurring over the Luzon area, and then on Tuesday it will start to weaken, and we have another mid-jet small powerful system here over the Philippine Sea, but likely this is outside of the Philippine area of responsibility on July 15. But the forecast is still more than 5 days from now, so changes are still going to occur. Okay, so that's the 3-hourly rain forecast. If we take a look at the 24-hour rain forecast, it shows here that by tomorrow there will be already the effects of the southwest monsoon here over western and southern Mindanao, western Visayas, MIMAROPA. Then on Friday, this will switch over the western sections of Luzon, but becoming more frequent of heavy rainfall of 50 to more than 100 millimeters over MIMAROPA, western Visayas, Negros Island Region, occidental Mindoro, and also parts of Visayas. But take a look at over the Bicol region. Saturday, we might be also experiencing more than 50 millimeters of rainfall, roughly 30 to 100 millimeters across Camarines provinces, Albayan Soxagon. So these are heavy rainfall of 30 to more than 50 millimeters. Okay, so we will going to observe that. And then on Sunday, the rainfall will still affecting the MIMAROPA area, Western Visayas, and western sections of Central and Northern Luzon, including Bicol Region, parts of it. Monday, the southwest monsoon will just be affecting Mindoro, the western sections of Central and Northern Luzon, including Cordillera Administrative Region, while over Palawan and the Visayas, it's expected to become better, okay, on Monday, July 13th. And on Tuesday, only Zambales and Western Pangasinan will be affected by the monsoon. And on Wednesday, July 15, still the southwest monsoon is occurring over the Ilocos Region. So that's the forecast of more than 5 days. We will stick on the 5-day forecast. So we'll be keeping you updated on what will be the effects of this super typhoon. Here's the simulated satellite animation from ECMWF. This is a new product that shows to you what will be the cloud cover or the circulation of the system based on this simulated computer forecast. Okay, so if we move this, let's move to tomorrow, July 8th, Wednesday. Let's so there you go, 8 p.m. The system moves west-northwest, and it looks like Bicol and Eastern Visayas might be having some cloudy conditions with some localized thunderstorms. And then if we move into Thursday, you can see the southwest monsoon affecting MIMAROPA, Visayas, particularly the western sections, Mindanao as well. And then if we move into Friday, this is the time that you can see the southwest monsoon becoming better organized, as it affects almost the whole of the archipelago, becoming more frequent over the western sections. And then the storm is having some larger eye, passing over Ishigaki-jima, and then brushing the northern tip of Taiwan or making landfall over there. You can see the southwest monsoon is still prevailing. And then if we move forward into Saturday and Sunday, we will still be affected by the southwest monsoon. And here's another system, but it's moving towards the north. Okay, and so far that's the latest on the simulated forecast of this storm. As for the wave heights and sea swells, it looks like beginning Wednesday and Thursday, the eastern seaboards of the country will be experiencing 2 to 3 meters of waves as well as swells. So it's gonna be dangerous to fishing vessels and sea crafts. And then Friday, we have the southwest monsoon kicking in, giving wave heights or swells of up to 3 meters. And then if we move into Saturday, the whole of the Philippine Sea, either west or east, will be affected by the large waves brought about by this super typhoon and the Habagat or the southwest monsoon. Okay, so that's the forecast which we are seeing right now, moving into Sunday. This is gonna be a southwest monsoon over the East Philippine Sea. It's dying down on Sunday because of the storm making landfall over eastern China, and on Monday it's going to recede. The wave heights will be back to about a meter in wave heights, except for this West Philippine Sea. there's still the effects of the southwest monsoon of up to 3 meters in wave heights. Here's another system, but again, the forecast is more than 5 days. So there you go. That's the latest on the Super Typhoon BAVI with local name Inday, which is expected to move towards Taiwan or the Yaeyama Island chain within the next 3 to 4 days. So please take all necessary precautions. Those who are living over the western sections of the country because of the southwest monsoon that could bring on and off rainfall, thunderstorms, and could produce some localized flooding in your respective areas. We'll be back again on Wednesday for another update from Typhoon 2000. This is Mike Padua saying good evening. Stay safe always. Be #WeatherWiser, be #TyphoonWiser, and thank you so much for watching our channel. God bless.